Alright guys, welcome to an episode of Broad Talks. So, I'm gonna get right down into it. I know I've been here for a while, but I'm coming back. And I'm coming back stronger than ever, actually. Putting my head into this a little bit more. There's a lot of content out here a lot of people are not covering, and it's mind blowing. You know what's going on right now. So, um, things are just continuing to rise as we see things right now. Um, and that's what we'll end up hearing. And it's mind blowing that um, as far as the country goes, we're seeing a lot of blame being placed on this other country, which is Russia, and it's just absurd. It's crazy on where we're putting all this blame, and it's very frustrating, so to speak. Um, but in any case, I'll go ahead and go over this whole video here. Um, and just see what they have to say about all this crap. Because honestly, that's what it is. We're not handling it right, I feel. There's other ways in where we could be handling this better, and we're just not. So, we'll get right into it.
Fuel prices hitting another record today. We're now at a national average of $4.62 per gallon, as the reality that inflation is not going away is smacking consumers in the gut and the wallet.
And she's right. Seems like it's not. Right? It definitely seems like it's not. I mean, it says four. Today alone, it's up $5. It's not $5. I've seen it jump 10 cents in just 2 days. And I work at a dealership, and not only that, I see the prices moving daily. 10 cents, 5 cents, as much as we're gonna say, 20, 30 cents at a time, from day to day. That's a problem, and it is a big problem. We need to just face it head on, I feel, but we're putting all this blame on Russia. But again, I have evidence showing that we also get it from other countries like Saudi Arabia and all the other ones, and yet we're putting all this weight on Russia. Makes no sense to me.
EVP Brandon Arnold and Mayflower Advisors Managing Partner Larry Glazer both join me now. Larry, I'll start with you. Your reaction to what we're seeing, not just in the current contract today, but also, look, we can talk all about core inflation, stripping out food and energy, but food and energy is everything right now to the American consumer, and that's the economy.
Right.
Cheryl, as bad as gas prices are, the question we keep asking ourselves is there a breaking point? Is there a point where the consumer starts to buckle here, where we see that demand destruction that everybody's worried about? And, in Europe, overnight, we saw their inflation, and it is much more problematic there. But
It
that
is.
doesn't
I've
hide
seen
from
that.
the fact that we've got our own issues here. And, look, it's summer driving season. The official
Yep.
start to summer.
So,
Gas
yep.
up.
He just hit it on a good point there. So, in any instance, it doesn't matter who's president. It's usually higher in the summer months, and there's no winter. I'll give him that. But the problem we're having now is the prices have not been this high since Obama was in office. I hate to strike those chords with everybody, but that's how it was. Right? Trump got in there, prices were a lot lower. Hey, I'm calling out the facts here. So, and they were. Literally, if I go in right now, here, let me, I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here, let's see here. Gas prices in, say, U.S. we'll go 2017, right? $2.41. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I mean, is this wrong? Here, I'll do one better. I'll go 16. How about we go 16? Right? Look at this. Back in 2016. Look at that. Look at that. And that's the problem. This is, look, let's go to 18. Right? Look at that. Look at that. And go 19. It was on a slight rise. Slight, modest rise. Not this out of control $5. Literally. Right? I mean this. Right? Go 19, go 20, 21, 23 years. We're up $5. At what point does it make sense? Literally. These are the countries we get it from. Oil and all. Right? Canada, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Colombia. Guys. And only one is the problem? Does that make sense? At what point do we start questioning this? At what point? At what point do we have the backbone to start questioning this crap?
50% or more in most markets. And again, people are using credit cards to finance it. The
Yeah.
personal savings rate is back to financial crisis levels. That's how they're reporting it. They're borrowing from the future. And I tell you what, Cheryl, it's a for now conversation, because come the fall, if gas prices are at these levels, we're going to have a real problem. They'll
Yeah.
pay $50 to see Top Gun, but they
Well, here's the other problem. At what point are these companies, like dealerships, maybe fill up your vehicles when you get a brand new car, when are you going to stop filling up your brand new car? Right? They're going to stop filling up your brand new car. You buy a brand new car, they're not going to want to fill up your car. They're going to stop. They're not going to fill up your car. Right? Recording. Thank you. Just wanted to let you know. So, the thing is, right? I'm just getting out the information to you guys, but I'm telling you, right? You go to the dealership, they're not going to fill up your car anymore. You get a brand new car, they're not going to want to fill you up, because it's going to cost them more money to fill up that car than it is for them to sell that car. Like, why, right? Not only that, when are these like the thing is about this whole shortage of this, shortage of food and everything. I'm telling you, the truck drivers, like the companies, are going to wake up and probably be like, no, we're going to delay that because of these gas prices. We need more money. Right? So you've got now these truck driving companies demanding more money now because of the gas prices. And it's going to happen. It's going to. And it's going to cripple this economy if we do not wake the fuck up. Sorry, but if we do not wake up. Right? So that's what's going to happen if we do not wake up from this. So... yeah, we're going to keep going ahead here.
They're going to put it on their credit card, and they're going to borrow from the future to do it.
Well,
yeah, and that's exactly
Brandon,
it, too.
Let's pick up on that, because we are seeing the...
We are going to be borrowing it. We're going to be putting our credit cards, for gas prices. We're going to max those out. We ain't going to be able to really afford the payments on our credit cards. We're going to default on our credit cards. We're going to end up coming behind on our credit cards, right? So this is where a lot of credit card companies are going to end up calling, the person who owes the money, and ask them, hey, look, what's going on? Why can't you pay it? Like, just so you know, I can't even afford to get me back and forth to work, right? So, and the other thing too behind this is the fact that no, I'll let them keep talking, because honestly, it is crazy.
Data come out that, despite what we've been hearing, frankly, from the Biden administration, that people are starting to save less and spend more. They're having to dip into those savings accounts.
That's true.
They're having to pull, to really cover the cost. They don't want to stop spending. They've been locked down
You see this
for
in
over 2
people's,
years.
portfolios,
this,
too.
Revenge travel. We keep talking about it. So, but that demand destruction seems to be, there's an interesting dichotomy and kind of a fight, if you are, right now with the consumer and with businesses. Where do you see it?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. The numbers that Biden cited in his Wall Street Journal op-ed point back to the end of last year. We're now 5 months into this year, almost at the end of May here, and things have gotten worse. They've been clobbered throughout every single month of this year with record-breaking inflation. So people have dipped into their reserves. They have dipped into their savings accounts, and we are starting to see consumers hit the breaking point. That's showing up in consumer data that we're seeing at big box stores. Consumer spending is starting to taper off. It's 2/3 of the economy. Once we have that demand crash, once we see consumer spending really start to fall, we're in a real problematic place where this entire economy is very, very concerning. Yet Biden is out there saying everything is hunky-dory, everything is great. It's just not matching up with what people are seeing on a day-to-day basis.
And yet, he'll sit there and say, with a smile on his face, that he is for the average American person. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to anybody else, I'm sure. Right? I mean, when you become president, you don't drive your vehicle, right? They're not able to drive. Even after office, they're not able to drive. So, it's not like he has to pay for the gas to go in those vehicles, right? I'm asking a question. Am I right? Does he pay for the gas to go into those vehicles whenever he's getting drove around, or driven around there? You know, it's just, it's mind-boggling. And I believe that instead of taxing people directly, I think, okay, if I'm not overstepping my bounds here, that the Democratic Party, whenever they go into office, they decide to increase the gas prices. So in that way, instead of taxing people directly, they're putting the taxes into the gas itself. Therefore, because they know the average working American is going to have a vehicle, they know that we're going to be driving cars. They know these things, right? Right? So they're not stupid by any means, but you don't have to be super smart to figure it out either. And that's the problem. Right there. Right? Instead of taxing people directly, and then there's going to be a tax increase, right? Instead, they tax you at the pump, because they know you gotta get gas, right? And that's where they're putting or making their money out there. I mean, comment if I'm wrong, because clearly something is not adding up. They don't show you what the gas is before taxes, right? Whenever you go to the pump, it always says taxes included or something like that. And there is a reason for that, because they don't want to show you, behind the scenes and what the gas actually was, and then show you what the taxes are and all that. And they don't want to give any percentages. There's no percentages involved with that, right? So, I believe there's a problem there, right? Because there's no trust in the system anymore. There's not. And there's a reason for that. Because it's not very transparent. And there needs to be more transparency. If we're going to pay for gas has gone up, what's the percentage rate and what is it going for? I'm pretty sure everybody should be asking that at any point now. Right? So let's get right back to it.
Well, and Larry, I'll go back to that same issue and stay with the issue of inflation in the White House. And again, we are going to hear from President Biden and Jerome Powell. We expect to see them after they have this meeting at the White House to talk about inflation, which we're talking about that right now. It's interesting because when he laid out in this Wall Street Journal editorial yesterday, he basically said that here's his 3-point plan. My plan for fighting inflation: families have increased their savings and have less debt. We've already covered that.
No. See, that's wrong. That's actually wrong. So I'm not sure what families he's talking to. He must be blind, for one, because he's saying that since I took office, families have increased their savings and have less debt. That's more wrong. That's more wrong than I can't even think how much more wrong that could be. Right? If anything, okay, the savings has decreased, right? And people have now more debt. So I'm not sure where he's saying that, ever since he took office, families have increased their savings and have less debt. Maybe whenever Trump was in office, whenever he was getting ready to take office, right? Whenever he got elected at the time, right? So, another thing too we noticed is even the stock market plummeted as soon as he went in office. As soon as he was announced, I seen some of the shares from some companies drop drastically. Okay? Drastically. So, again, and I can tell you one company that really dropped which is NAK, which is the Northern, I can't think of it, but the NAK one definitely dropped whenever he took office. You can go back and look at the chart. I'm telling you, they dropped as soon as he took office. But beside the point, there's a few other companies out there that also had dropped like crazy since he took office. Alright, so I'm not sure where he's saying that people have increased their savings and have less debt. That's bullcrap. Right? Like, I'm not sure exactly where he's getting his information from. It makes no sense at all. He needs to really look at the average American and quit playing these little mind games. It almost seems like the whole Star Wars thing going on here. Seriously.
At the same time, the Commerce Department, again, that personal savings rate as a percentage of disposable income, that fell to 4.4% in April. That's the lowest level since 2008.
Right.
And then I'll also send you with this question the fact that, you know, at the same, they're talking about potential price fixing. You know, they're going after the evil oil companies. They're going after, you know, the food companies. I mean, you take your evil empire of corporate greed of the day, and the administration seems to be missing the mark, but frankly, without proof.
Right.
You know, Cheryl, people are so busy talking about high gas prices that they can't even get to the high food price conversation at the family barbecue.
Yeah, and another thing too, that is so accurate. That is so accurate. I mean, here we are, you know, we have to go buy food, we have to do $100 back in 2017 will get you more food, right, than $100 will do today. Like, you must have to double, right? And I'm not sure if it's got to that extreme yet. Okay. But I mean it, like, it's getting up there. It really is. And it's insane. These prices are just, these numbers are just not adding up. And again, he's blaming it all on Russia. All of it. And it makes no sense at all. Not one bit. No, I know I can see through it. I'm sure everybody else who's watching this, I'm hoping they can see through it, or can eventually see this video, see the information on it. But in any case, we should be able to see through this bull crap.
Because of the distractions. And look, as long as gas prices are at these levels, the Fed chairman and the president can meet all they want. They're not going to address the issue, and it's going to affect the president's approval rating. And we will see that play out in midterm elections come the fall. So their meeting, think of it as a bad meeting. It's almost an emergency meeting. It's very unusual to have these types of meetings. And there's very few things that the Fed is very much focused on fighting inflation right now. The concern is they're going to blink coming into midterm elections. They don't want to be the cause of the recession. They don't want that as part of their legacy. And that means they may be more dovish, which means inflation stays higher for longer to lay off of the market volatility. So I think we have a real concern here, and the concern starts with the pump, and it starts with the grocery store. And until you get those two issues and you take personal responsibility for it, the rest of it won't matter.
Yeah, no, people feel it, they see it, they're living it, and you can't, you know, get their attention off of it. And you can't tell them that that the economy is great when they're feeling that it is not. Larry, I definitely want to.
Right, and that's accurate. Like, you can't tell us, the people, oh yeah, it's great, it's working out, it's all right. No, not by a long shot, right? So that's the problem. Like, he's so out of touch that he's just not. It doesn't seem like he's in the same country. Let me ask you that. Does it really feel like, whenever he talks, does it really feel like he's really, like, in the room with you? Does it really feel like he's there? Does it really feel like he's part of you? Of any kind? I think the next president we have has to come from, that same kind of room. Like, this is a metaphor. Like, the same, like, I am for the people kind of person. Like what we've had in the past. It works. It really works. And like I said, I proved the numbers. I showed them. I could show them once more. But again, that's not the problem. The problem here is that we have a president who doesn't understand what this is. Like, the top 5 sources. U.S. imports in 2021 work, Canada, Mexico, Russia, Saudi. And these are probably really great deals. Hell, I'm sure when Trump was in office, he renegotiated some of these deals to make sure the gas prices were as low as they were back in, again, 2019. Let's go to 2020. Let's go to 2020. Let's see where we were. And I guarantee you, yeah, look at that. Here, let's see if this has anything on it. Yeah, look at this. Here we go. This is a good source, I think, right? So, we're at this source right here, right? And, wow, look at that. I wish we can go back to $1.13. Wouldn't everybody? Hell, if anything, if we went back on prices, I'm sure the country would really thrive, if anything. People would travel more. People would find a reason to go take a road trip. Overall, I feel as if we lowered the prices a bit, people would feel urged to go out and spend more money. Or am I wrong? Right? So, again, we're getting, like, look at this. Even, look at that, too. Look at that. He had it down to $1.87. Can you believe that? And look, this is when Obama was in. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this number right here. I think he was in there. 2013, right? Wasn't he? If I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what happened there. So here, yeah, 2012. Okay. To 2017. Okay. So again, you go 2009, right? We'll go here. Yeah, dollar. Look at that, increasing, almost up to $4, guys. I'm not even lying. This is back in 2011, right? So look at that, increasing. Decrease a little bit, obviously, because you got to, right? During August, you got to decrease. You can't keep giving off the gas now, right? Because July is usually your last time, right? Or maybe you start decreasing in June. But as of right now, we're in July, right? No, we're in June, and it's still increasing. So he has not let off the gas pedal yet. At least Obama was smart, and he started letting off the gas. A little bit. But, yeah, look at that. Increase. Yeah, look at summer months were always the highest, no matter who was in office. But I'll tell you what, it has never reached $1 whenever Obama was in. Never. He had it down. Okay, it was at $1 at one point. He rose it up to 2. As soon as he seen 2s, he was like, "Yeah, you know, we can hit 3s. We can hit near 4." Look at that. He got it He got it really close to 4. Real close. Never seen that dollar again after those 2 months, man. After those 2 months, it was done. It was done. It was over. We're gonna hit 4 at one point or another. Whenever, if another, I guarantee you, if another Democrat got in right after Obama, we would have definitely seen gas prices hitting $8 to $10 a gallon right about now. Okay, so Trump was in. It hit a dollar. It was at $1 right here, $1.87. Now they're saying it was $1 here and here back in 2020. There's probably a reason for that. Think about it. The pandemic hit. You know, gas prices went down because ain't nobody was traveling. Right? They snuck that one in there. They snuck those 2 months in there. For sure. But as you can see, he kept it down and he kept it low. He kept it at 2s. You know, modest, low 2s, maybe a little high 2s. But he kept it in the 2s. He kept it consistent in 2s. Okay? Not near 3s and 4s, not 6s, not near 6s and all this other stuff. This is insane. Absolutely insane. So, if you're with me, if you're not, leave a comment. We'll figure this out. We'll have to really get on to the numbers. And I mean, I can show numbers all day. Right? I can show the evidence. But, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But hopefully he recovered, you know, from this crap. And, yeah. And welcome, and hopefully see you guys in the next Broad Talk, man. Alright. There we go. Alright. Oh, there it is. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.